Hello everyone and welcome to Urza Colonizes Rimworld. So Rimworld's a game that's been in early access since around 2013. It's been on Steam since around 2016. And we're going to be playing the Beta 19 version of it, which is pretty close to release. It's basically a finished game. If you all at all enjoy this video, I strongly recommend trying it out for yourself. It's really a lot of fun. Basically the conceit is that you're running a colony of people and trying to survive long enough to build a spaceship to escape the planet. How you got on the planet is going to be the which scenario you play. We're going to go with New Colony. There's a bunch of different scenarios you can play. We're going to go with the crash-landed classic Rimworld experience, in which you start with a bunch of basic supplies here, some silver, some packaged survival reels, some medicine, things of that nature, and these other scenarios are progressively more difficult. Here you start with like tribes people. You get with more people, but you'll start pouring research slowly. The rich explorer, you'll lack some skills because you're only one person. And finally, the really hard one, naked brutality, where you just start on the planet naked and have to work your way off. That's obviously the hardest one here. You can also use this scenario editor to make your own scenario if you choose to do so. But we're just going to go with the crash-landed scenario. And the AI storyteller is kind of like the difficulty level. This is the way that things happen in the game. This computer will generate events for you at certain intervals that generally escalate over the course of the game. At least that's how Cassandra works. Phoebe works the same way, except the time between disasters is going to be longer. It's more of a building style game, and Randy Random is just chucking dice at you, and whatever happens, happens. All of these do have a difficulty level for the general difficulty of events that they're going to give you. Everything from peaceful, which is extremely lame, to builder, which is kind of lame, up to these other ones that are less lame. So we're probably going to play on either rough or savage. Let's see. So rough is players with experience with Rimworld looking to play a rough story requiring skill to survive, or we can play savage. Experienced players want to experience great tests and sacrifice. That's a good question. I think we'll go with rough for now, and it can be changed at any time. We'll go with commitment mode, which is basically no reloading, which I'm all for that. And we'll generate the planet that we're going to crash on. So you'll notice that only this one continent on the entire planet has actually been generated, because generating the entire planet would take a lot longer, and ultimately the geography of the world isn't that important in the grand scheme of things. So you see we have all these different icons here are different factions. We have like Township of the Stone, Alaborn, Vacant on the Bluff. These TPs are native factions. The green ones appear to be hostile, whereas the yellow ones are neutral. The blue houses are hostile, while the purple ones are neutral. And these red ones are all hostile pirates. And they're basically going to be attacking you over the course of the game. You can also see various terrain features like these cliffs, plateaus. As I click on all these all of these places, you can see the various biomes. Like we have ice sheets, deserts, temperate forests, tropical rainforests, Arab shrublands. What we're going to do as far as terrain is we're going to do the fun way, fun in quotation marks. We're going to pick a random site. And we've got arid shrubland right here, kind of close to a river. And actually, we'll just shimmy this over a little bit to be on the river. Being on the river is kind of cool. However, as a consequence of that, I'm going to bump the difficulty up as to pay for getting to be on a river. Now, over here, we're going to choose which three characters we're going to begin the game with. They all have some backstory, some traits, and some skills. So this first guy here is 18. He doesn't have an adult story because he's only 18. He's a medieval lordling, and his skills suck. So we're probably just going to put him at the back of the line. He kind of stinks. And he's abrasive, and tough is pretty good, but abrasive is just lame. So you're a VR designer with some minor artery blockage. Okay. And two of the people that are here, you have some relations as well. So your father is also here to be chosen, Tetsuya. I wonder if that's any relation to the legendary gambler of manga fame. And your stepmother, Penelope Demure, down here. She's really good at melee. So anyway, our VR designer here is incapable of double labor and firefighting. And you have 0 skill in intellectual, which seems odd for a VR designer. You're really good at plants and animals, melee and construction. Actually, before I do this, I should review the details of the land we're in here. Arid shrubland has a dry region, not dry enough to become a true desert. So we're going to get some rain, but not a whole lot. Open plains with grasses and bushes give way to scattered groves of trees. Plants are hardy and there's a moderate density of animals, but arable soil is hard to find. So plants and animals are decent skills to have. Plants more so early. Animals are good later because you can do animal husbandry type stuff. You're pretty good at medical and artistic. You're a brawler. You're nervous, which isn't great. And you're psychically sensitive, which is kind of a double-edged sword. A 17-year-old disciplined farmer with a cochlear implant, which I think is a bad thing because it makes your ear efficiency 65%. And your skills stink. And you have a chemical interest. Yeah, no, we'll put you down here in the bottom. A nurse with some medical skill. Your medical skill isn't even as good as the VR designer. And you have a bite scar. And you're a misogynist. Ew, no, get out of here. A taxonomist. Wow, you're even better at plants and animals than Pushka here. Downside is you don't have the ancillary skills. You have no melee. You're pretty awful at constructing, crafting music. You're incapable of violent, which I guess is okay. We don't need everyone to be a fighter. You're psychically hypersensitive. You're abrasive, and you're a night owl. Okay, I mean, night owl can be worked around. And it makes abrasive not nearly as bad as it otherwise could be because this guy's going to be running around in the middle of the night while everyone else is sleeping. So he has less opportunity to be abrasive and annoy other people. So we can provisionally put you in unless we see something better. I mean, I'm really not liking the fact that we haven't seen any shooting skill yet. And our cooking skill is not great. Yeah, ultimately this guy actually doesn't bring a whole lot to the table over the VR designer. I mean, somewhat better plants and animals skill, but you have passion, which is what these flaming things are. It means you learn the skill more quickly if you have passion for it. So this guy doesn't actually add a whole lot, but we'll leave him there because he's still better than these crappy misogynists who don't bring anything to the table at all. We have Phoebe, another nurse, also incapable of violent, so we probably don't want her plus him. And your medical skill is decent, your social skill is really good, and intellectual's not great, but you have a burning passion for it. So yeah, we're definitely going to want someone to be in charge of research. And if we bring you, that's probably going to be you. Because social isn't a full-time job. That's something you just kind of do as needed. Also psychically hypersensitive. You're a misandrist, which is also kind of problematic, especially if we have men in the colony, which currently we might not. We could have an all-women colony. Okay, we'll bring you to the bottom. So we'll provisionally add the nurse. And we have Bowman, who's actually a woman, I should point out. A starfighter pilot. Wow, your shooting skill is 14. You're incapable of caring, but you're beautiful and you have an annoying voice. Okay, well, the annoying voice is going to annoy people, but the fact that you're beautiful will make up for that to some extent. Intellectual is okay, kind of a waste given that you're also... But your excellent shooting skill is going to be useful. And you have some cooking passion, which is good because... Well, our VR designer does also, but you're probably going to be busy with constructing, because nobody else has any construction skill. Okay, so I definitely would rather have you than the nurse, who's going to have problems with the Missandras. Now, the recruiter here... for martial arts recruiting. Okay. So your melee is really good. You're ugly and you're a brawler. You have nice artistic skill. Cooking is decent. Social is eh. Not sure whether I'd rather have you over the nurse here. We do have you at a decent artistic level. So yeah, you're just a really great character because you can become decent at almost anything. We definitely want you to pick up the intellectual side of things. Social's kind of important, but it's one that you can, like, I would be okay with 4 plus passion. You can, like, train it up a little bit. And the rest of these guys are pretty garbage. So the real choice is between Phoebe and Demur. I'll go with Demur, largely on the basis of not being a misandrist. Even though it's all women, eventually we're going to have men in the colony, and we don't want Phoebe causing problems with that. We're not bringing your husband, which is unfortunate. So we are bringing your stepmother, which you don't... Oh, I see. So you kind of like your stepdaughter, but she doesn't like you. Interesting. Oh, because you're ugly. Okay, one would think that you could overlook that if in the case of family, but maybe not. Yeah, you have really good... The real downside to going this way is that we don't have as good of a social skill at the outset, but I think I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and look at the randomized list here and pick some people. We have Lawladian, and we have Smugs. Oops. Oh, I started the game. Well, I can always rename the other person once we're in the game. The three of you awake in your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Okay, let's pause the game right away. And we'll go back to you. And we'll change your name to Darth BK because that's next on the list. Oops. Okay. And we're also going to options bump us up to Savage because I said I would do that in exchange for getting a river, which I do have here. Oh, it even cuts through this little cavern. Interesting. Okay, so here's the river I chose on the world map. There's probably going to be some soil. Well, there's quite a bit of soil, actually. Even some rich soil. Nice. Agave. Okay. And before we even do anything else, we're going to just take a lay of the land. There's some random buildings here. Just about anywhere on Rimworld, there's going to be these random ruined buildings. Here's an actual kind of a large room we can appropriate. Several various hills, a bunch of rocks or chunks lying all over the place. We got a small herb of boomalope. And this is soil, stony soil, rich soil. So there's a bit of rich soil here. Oh, what's the growing season? I forgot to look it up before we landed. How can I look it up now? Well, it starts on the 2nd of April, May. Actually, let's look at the world map here. So we got average temperature is 80 degrees. It varies from 71 to 91. So we're not going to have to worry about like freezing cold winters or anything like that. Growing period is year-round. That's pretty nice. Rainfall 1281 millimeters. Forageability 50%. Agave fruit. Animals can graze 90 days. So just out of comparison, so 1281 rainfall in comparison to this rainforest, which is twice as much, or this temperate forest, which is 3 times as much, or for example a desert, which has much less. Extreme desert, almost none. So yeah, some rain, just not a whole lot. Another big group of wow, there's a ton of rich soil here, plus some cacti. Some packaged survival meals that fell a further way away. So most of the supplies landed with us in the escape pods here, but some kind of landed further away, like the steel here. We got some wood. Okay, before we do anything else, we should figure out where we're going to build our proper base. Probably on or along the river. So like right here might not be a bad idea. There's a nice patch of rich soil, more rich soil, and we can like build buildings around the perimeter. Alternatively, there's a crap ton of rich soil here, but the problem is that it's on the corner of the map, and so it's somewhat more difficult to defend. It also doesn't have the river, which is... I would like to have the river because you can build like well, not initially, but eventually you'll be able to build water mills that can generate power. So yeah, I think we're going to make this our initial area, and we're going to leverage this piece of wall here. So first order of business is we want to build a storeroom. So we'll designate this... Yeah, we can build bridges too. Okay. The bridges are new in Beta 19. I've not played Beta 19. I've played this game in general a few times, but I've not played Beta 19. So there's going to be some new stuff here that I'm not totally familiar with. Order zone. Is there like a planning tool here? Yeah, planning tool. Let's do some planning. So we're probably going to want like, maybe a 10 by 10 storage area. Something like that, and then we're going to add some individual bedrooms. Well, bedrooms can go kind of anywhere, so actually... probably the most constrained thing as far as placement is like the refrigerator and the cooking area. So we got a storage room here. We got this, and we'll make another. This one there. Okay, so we got a kind of a room here, and we could probably build like water mills along here, and we can have. I don't feel like I've played this game enough to really have a super solid idea of what I'm doing as far as like planning the whole base out ahead of time. But for now, just these 10 by 10 rooms are going to be okay. So let's get to it. Structure, build a wooden wall. I know we don't have enough stored, that's okay. We'll actually make zone, stockpile zone. We'll make this all a stockpile zone. We're going to haul those away, and we're going to designate a dumping stockpile zone, like over here maybe. And then we're going to unforbid all this stuff we landed here with so that it gets hauled. into our storage area because we don't want things laying outside because they will tend to go bad. We also have Chowder here, our male husky. And we might want to train him at some point. Oh, you're already trained for tameness and obedience. And you're bonded with Smug, so you're going to follow him around, which is pretty good. Let's try to train you to haul things. That'll be useful. What do we have as far as training skill? Let's go to the work tab and look at. So this is just designating all the different jobs that people can do, and the priority. So 1 is the top priority, and when tied, it'll go left to right. Highest priority being putting out fires, lowest priority being research. So Laladian is actually our best handler, but you can do that. And you can do that and growing. Construction 3, construction 5. I mean, we want you on. Actually, we want Darth BK on construction initially because you have growing and handling to do. And Smugs, you can be our designated researcher plus hauler and cleaner. And also hunting, which we're going to want to do at some point. And as far as cooking, yeah, Darth, you can be in charge of cooking for now. Okay, great. So who's our best shot, I wonder? I know we have a really good shot. Yeah, Smugs. Okay, so you're going to equip the bolt-action rifle. You're really good at melee. You can have the knife. And you're not good at shooting, kind of good at melee. I guess you can take the pistol. Brawler will be unhappy. Nope, we don't want to make you unhappy, so we can do that. And everyone will gradually carry these things away. We got an iguana over here. Increase the speed slightly. Now it's going to take a little while longer because they have to like cross the river. And Darth BK is probably going to get starting on. Yeah, she's hauling the wood to the blueprint. And you're hauling the junk to the. Actually, no. Let's not haul these right away. Can we like not do this? Cancel. Yeah, focus on hauling like these valuable items. Oh, you're constructing. No. Cannot prioritize. We'll never do hauling. Oh, you're never going to do hauling. Okay, in that case. Yeah, we want Darth BK on hauling duty. We can figure those priorities out long term a little bit better than we can right now, but oh, actually, hold on, stop the music, stop everything. We need a. I did a dumb. I forgot to put a door in here. We want a door. I know we don't have enough stored. It's all kind of lying over there. Actually, architect orders claim. We'll claim all this stuff. There we go. And Maladian's putting on the flak pants. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're probably the one least likely to be in combat, but okay. Oh, I also need to designate sleeping spaces. So let's go ahead. You know, we'll have like a sleeping spot on the ground for right now, but at least it'll be indoors, kind of, sort of, hopefully. Which beats having to be outside. Prioritize working on this wooden door. Okay, so now that it's been roofed, these things aren't going to, because of outdoors. Oh, because we didn't finish the roof. Okay. Need recreation variety, minor break risk. Why are you having a break risk already? Because recreation unfulfilled, sweaty. Yeah, it's 89 degrees. I get it. Not great. Uncomfortable, ate without table, soaking wet. Oh, because you had to go through the... I get it. Okay, architect. Let's build a bridge. Still counts as outdoors. Up now, it's not because we put the door there. Okay, great. And we need an animal sleeping spot also. And you can sleep over here for now. That's fine. Bedrolls, end tables, iron tables. Yeah, lots of different furniture you can build now. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's build that bridge so people don't have to, like, go swimming if they want to cross the river. And the fact that there's this rock wall here and eventually walls here means we can, like, fortify this with, like, turrets and such. Permanent summer. Oh, I see. So this place doesn't actually have proper seasons. It's just permanent summer all the time. Okay. Makes sense. And there's a geothermal over here we'll eventually want to claim. Minor break risk, need rec variety. Oh. Is there more hauling that needs doing? Yeah, let's unforbid those. That revolver is getting really bad. Lady, come on, please. Haul this away. You will never do hauling. Stop going for a walk and continue hauling things. Come on. I like for these, like, useful items to not, like, rot away. We'll go ahead and make more wooden walls here. Actually, no wall there. We'll put the door over here, kind of far away from the bridge. So everyone's gone to sleep. Need rec variety. We'll go ahead and... So, is the wooden horseshoe's been significantly worse than the steel one? Dexterity play, 100% to 4. Yeah, they both do it. Okay. The wooden pin is fine. We'll stick it over here, I guess. And we're running out of wood, probably. We only have 31, and I think we've already hauled all that. Well, there's a little bit more over here. But yeah, we're definitely going to want to... orders... chop wood. And you're hauling some steel, very good. You're doing that. Actually, we need to get started on our food situation. So let's do some zoning, growing zone. We're gonna want okay, so growing zone A. Well, what's our plant skill? 9. So we can grow anything we currently have researched. So we'll have a little bit of rice and a lot of potatoes. And over here, we're going to want some heal root, because that's always nice to have. And we're going to want some smoke leaf. We got some berry bushes over there. Nifty. Actually, let's... Oh, what am I doing? Growing zone. We'll plant some strawberry plants over there. Oh, these are just a crap ton of berry bushes. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's delete the zone. That's fine. Actually, all of these... Let's haul those. Yeah, there are a crap ton of blueberry bushes in here that we can harvest. In fact, we can start harvesting them now. And up here, we're going to want some hops, maybe? Nah, if we're already making smoke beef, I don't think we also need hops as well. Strawberry plant, sure. Okay, so I think we're going to be good on food. We might want some cotton, though. How hard is it to grow cotton, though, I wonder? Fertility sensitivity 100. Oh, potatoes can grow anywhere. Yeah, we want corn here. Yeah, rice and corn, because potatoes can go anywhere. So we want rice and corn. That's pretty good. And here's another growing zone, which we can make. We'll designate that later. We'll focus on this stuff for now, initially. Is eating. Oh, you're training the dog. There we go. With our agave. There's quite a lot of it growing around here, so we're gonna have... Still need recreation variety. Did we ever build that? We did not build that yet. Okay, we'll deprioritize hauling a little bit by you. And Darth BK, please prioritize working on this wooden horseshoes pin before people get more unhappy about it. Now build the bridge. They don't always prioritize well within tasks of a given type. I can tell people to build things, but I have to like explicitly prioritize if I want them to build a specific thing. Construction botched. Oh dear. Well, that happens when you have poor skill, I guess. And we're also going to want beds. So I guess we'll make this room a barrack initially. Actually, I'm going to cancel. We'll space them out a little bit. One here in the corner, one down there. Eventually we'll want to give everyone their own bedrooms, but for now just giving everyone their own bed, period, is going to be a good place to start. And we're running out of wood, but I did designate more plants to be chopped. And ew, what's all this? Vomit of Smugs times 4. Smugs, why are you vomiting all over the place? Uncomfortable, ate without table, disturbed sleep, slept on ground, darkness, unsightly environment, awful barrack. I have to sleep. Not only was it a horrible room, but I also had to share it. Yeah, it's kind of gross. I get it. What's your health? No health conditions. Then why are you vomiting all over the place? I don't get it. Okay, what are you doing now? You're hauling steel. That's fine. Oh my god. Prioritize hauling the medicine. The medicine is wasting away. So is the flak vest. Flak vest is more important. Actually, what are you a combat person? You're the melee person, yeah. Force wear the flak vest. And then you're gonna eat, which I guess is okay. Well, please prioritize hauling the medicine. Yeah, you have like no comfort. Yeah, you have a lot of outdoors need met because that's basically all we have is outdoors. Okay, well, initial optimism, very low expectations. Yeah, well, it's kind of a thing. Comfort's going to be really crappy because you're sleeping on the ground. And you're going to get a specific bad mood lift for sleeping on the ground. 2 minor break risks. Who's the other one? Unsightly environment, slept on ground, slept outside, ate without table. Yeah, so this mood is basically a summation of all of these different things. And all of these. So actually these cause some of these, like... This poor beauty is giving us this unsightly environment debuff. And you're currently throwing horseshoes, so your recreation is going up, and that gives you this recreation satisfied. Fully satisfied. Yeah, so that gives you a good mood. Because you get to play with horseshoes for a little bit. Oh, do we have anyone who is a night owl? We do not. Okay, so I don't need to plan that. Let's actually fine-tune this a little bit. We'll let people wake up when they want to wake up, but 10 o'clock is the official bedtime. Need defenses, need meal source. Okay, yeah, okay, well, we've got planting going on over there. We're going to want a proper... Actually, why don't we go ahead and build that now? Production research bench. That's fine. It's not going to be outdoors for long. And a chair for it as well. There we go. And we're running out of wood. Oh, that's the big problem here. Can we please get somebody to... Okay, I know planting is important, but please chop some... Here, please chop that down. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's up the plant cut priority, because we need wood to continue our construction projects. Although these trees aren't giving us a whole lot. And that's going to spoil in 14 days because it's unroofed outdoors, yeah. So you have this bed. Oh, it's a good quality bed. This one's a poor quality bed. Aww. This one hasn't been built yet. You're hauling the berries. Okay. They're still not refrigerated, but at least they're not going to deteriorate due to being outside. You're trying to train the dog for more hauling. Just coming along there, 3 out of 7. We're well on our way to having our husky haul things around. And more hauling. Oh, we don't have enough wood to make the next bed. So we need to designate more wood chopping. All of this. Just chop all this down. Chop it all. Now, we'll skip over trees that aren't fully grown. And because it's a higher priority, Laladium will just stop what he's doing and run over here and start chopping those. Minor break risk, need defense. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things that need doing. Defense is probably the least of our concerns at the moment. Because the initial raids are really lame. I'm more worried about the meal source. Because we do have a bunch of survival meals, 32, but they're not going to last forever. At some point we're going to need to actually cook our own meals. Visitors. They seem to have a few items to trade. Okay. Nifty. Who's our best social person? Wow, it's actually a 3-way tie. You're all pretty decent at it. We'll let the recruiter be the best. Do that particular task. So as soon as they get closer to our colony, we'll let them... Oh, botched construction. Really? Need a research project. Right. Let's get on that. So what are we going to research? Tree sowing seems kind of important. We already have electricity and air conditioning and nutrient paste. Solar panels are kind of important. Oh, watermill generators are also going to be important. Yeah, I think we want watermill generators. Followed by tree sowing. And eventually we're going to get into stuff like drug production. Panoxicillin prevents plague, malaria, and more before they start. That seems like something we're going to want at some point. And eventually we get all the way over here to stuff that actually lets us win the game. Like starflight sensors. But we're well away from that, so... Now we have something to research. Eventually someone who would otherwise be idle is going to go research. We're going to finish building. Can we, like, haul these things so they're not in the way? So you notice they're... Yeah, there we go. Haul those out of the way. Okay, BK. You can just drop that now. Let's go over here and trade. They might have some useful things to buy. Okay, so you have some pemmicans, some herbal meds. That's all you have. And the things we can sell them a pair of pants and a revolver. Yeah, when somebody put on a pair of flak pants and the synth thread pants got taken off because you can only wear one pair of pants. But we have $800. We don't need to sell those things. I think we'll just buy the herbal meds. Pemmican is okay, but we're not really in any food crisis, so I think we'll just accept that as is. Gift mode, okay. Yeah, we'll just do some general trading. There we go. Oh, awful quality bed. We don't want that. We're going to deconstruct and try again. I mean, I can deal with poor. I don't want people sleeping in awful... Oh, why are you all sleeping on the floor when there's... No. Okay, Lalidian, I know you have a break risk, so we'll give you the good bed here. Yeah, you guys go sleep in proper beds. There we go. And while I'm thinking about it, we're going to want a... We'll go with a concrete floor in the storage room. That's fine. We will want a wood floor in like in over here, or possibly like sandstone tile. But we don't have the materials for that. Concrete's ugly, but I'm okay with the storeroom being ugly. It's a storeroom. Ah, we never finished building this wall either. Ugh. Oh, this will eventually go bad if it's not refrigerated. Okay. Since it looks like we'll be here for a while, the Ladian thinks you should give your faction a name. What should it be called? Unification of Urza. Sure. And the local settlement called... We can call it Silicoidia, that's fine. Or no, let's go for a random one. Requitown, sure. Okay, so we're laying down some concrete because we don't have any wood. Why don't we have any wood? Do we like chop? We used up all the wood. Son of a bitch. With like no wood. Okay. This wood thing is going to be a problem. We're definitely going to want to move to stone construction sooner rather than later. Actually, let's do a production sculptor's table. No, not that. I'm sorry. The stone cutter's table. Oh, we need 45 wood for that. Need defenses, need meal source. Yeah, I know all of that. Can we prioritize deconstructing this awful bed? Thank you. And then prioritize working on this wall. Oh my god. Please finish the wall. Thank you. Okay. Now we're building the roof, now that we have to actually get a proper indoor environment. And no research is happening because the person who would be researching is currently hauling and cleaning, I suppose. And we're building the wood dining chair. Your construction skill is gradually increasing. You have some familiarity, so it's probably not going to be awful. It might be poor. It's taking a while to build that chair. Poor. Okay, I can live with poor. Okay, so bills add a bill. We're going to make any stone blocks. Do until we have, let's say, 100. 110, sure. Then pause when satisfied, and we'll unpause at 45. Sure. Take the best stockpile. Ingredient radius. That's fine. And actually, we'll have another stockpile zone. Right outside here. And we will set the storage to not allow anything except stone chunks. Now, actually, we'll priority import. So all of our stone chunks will gradually work their way there. Oh, we got a mad hare. Okay, we're gonna put a hunt order in for that. So Smug's getting his gun, going out to hunt the rabbit. Okay, actually, we'll put you on draft mode. You can go over here. Alright, you can start shooting now, actually. Oh, single hit. Wow, brilliant. Smugs hit the hare with a bolt-action rifle bullet and expired. You shot off his neck. Wow, okay. You are really good at this. Very good. Problem solved. And you're going to call that over to the dumping stockpile zone over here. That's fine. Because we don't have a proper refrigerator yet, because we don't have electricity, because... I mean, we could build a wind generator. That actually wouldn't be a terrible idea. Let's get a wind turbine happening. Actually, we can put it down, like, here, maybe? Yes, I know we need a meal source. Alright, let's... What's this? Normal quality bed. Okay, excellent. We can now delete these. Deconstruct. There we go. And we'll... Whoops. Expand zone. Deconstruct. Okay, fill the entire space. We'll put the animal sleeping zone. Actually, we'll reinstall that over there. Animal sleeping zone. Yeah, the big dog isn't going to fit in this animal sleeping box. We need a proper bed, which we need cloth for, and we don't have it. So for now, just an animal sleeping spot is fine. You can sleep over here. Minor break risk. What's your problem? You're getting hungry, unsightly environment, awful barrack. Yeah, we'll give you a workbench because it's more material efficient than a chair. One colonist idle. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Why are you idle? Because we're not cutting any plants, we're not growing anything. You're not good at hunting. And you can't haul or... excuse me. You can't haul or clean anything. And there's nothing to construct. I mean, I guess you can research if you would otherwise be idle. Although it would take forever. Yeah, we're not even gonna do that. Actually, you know what? What I'm gonna do is go to the research tab. I'm so worried about we want tree sowing. Because we need to solve because the wood situation is going to get worse before it gets better. So you know what? Just chop all of this business. Chop it all. Yeah, that'll give you some work to do. Although eventually you'll be harvesting these rice plants. Need batteries. I don't think we can build batteries because I think that's a research item now. Yeah, we need to research batteries. But that's okay. So this is here. We need some power conduits. Now, I think we can build this power conduit across the bridge. Yes, we can. And what we're going to want actually is some... air conditioning. Construction needed 5. We do have that. Yeah, because like 90 degrees inside. Yeah, that's not ideal. And we're actually going to throw in a vent as well. Get some air circulation. Actually, no, cancel. I'm okay with the storeroom being warm. We could put another... Actually, eventually we're going to, like, refrigerate it slightly. Poor quality wooden stool, sure. So let's get that cooler going. The passive cooler would be cheaper and easier on electricity, but it also requires wood, and I don't want to be spending wood for it. The wind turbine isn't generating a lot of electricity currently. Well, I think we're going to call it an episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. Next episode, we're going to hopefully try to get our food situation under control. We're beginning to run out of packaged survival meals, so we're gonna try to stabilize our food situation. I'm gonna do some more building also. Private bedrooms at some point. We're gonna try to get more stone to happen. I don't think we have any stone happening yet. Nobody's actually worked this. Who's actually on crafting? Ah, there's something you can do. Okay. Yeah, you can do craft then research. Alright, that's fine. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.